CEO Declassified Productions.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I want to go over first, before we get started on everything and picking a name and going into the branding process. First, I kind of want to go over some of the services that these teachings are going to work best for. And my main thing is like how to get started today, how to get started quick. That's how this. I'm going to show you exactly how in this video. I picked a company that I could make over $100,000, $200,000 my first year with a really low upfront investment. So these are just kind of some of the companies that you can go with that if you want to get into something really quick and have like a low upfront investment, and you don't want to have to generate your own leads and spend a bunch of money trying to learn how to do stuff like upfront, right? Because I'm going to teach you how to hire people for these particular trades and stuff like that already know how to do this. So all you have to do is schedule the appointments by, going through, when you go through my sales training, you'll learn how to do all of this stuff. All of this kind of intertwines, but here's where we're going to start. If you want to get a business up and running, now this is going to kind of cover everything that you could possibly think of, like in the service industry part, like if you're starting up a storefront. So like this course is literally for everybody, right? So if you're starting up a storefront, then you can apply all these teachings, after the fact, but you can apply all of these teachings in this course, but you're just going to have the additional cost of having a storefront. And, you like having a storefront is kind of, a little different of a process. But if you're going down that road, you can still apply all of these steps to have a storefront and all of that stuff. But in this video, I'm just going over a general idea of what you can do if you want to just go ahead and get the ball rolling, start your own business. And whatever, like this has so many different things that you can relate to, I'm sure right now: home improvement, wellness, pets, business, events, lessons, crafts, design and web, legal, personal, photography, repair and technical support, writing, translation and transcription. So you can literally just Thumbtack. This is what I'm going to go over first. We're going to I'll actually leave this website in the in the description underneath, so that you can hop on this particular link and see all of these. But I just kind of wanted to go through this general list of stuff because I want you guys to I want to help you guys to get started in picking your business. Of course, we're going to need to pick our business before we pick our name. And so this is kind of where I started. So I'm just going to show you where I started, and you guys can just follow suit, copy me. So to start, we've got home improvement. I started in the general contracting stuff, the handyman area. So that's how I made my first $200,000 is with a handyman company. You can Google us. It's Fix It DFW Handyman. I actually had my home advisor open over here. Here are all the reviews that I had for my company that first year. So we got about 74 reviews. And so that's kind of how I started. I started with Home Advisor. And there's so many different ways to do this, right? I've had other companies, I've had online companies. As you can see, this is, the course is obviously one of my online ventures, and we'll get to that. We can learn how to do that as well. But I just want to start you here. Maybe this can help you get the creative juices flowing, so that you can, start moving on to the bigger and better stuff, which is actually, getting the jobs out and making money. And then I'll also show you how I use the service to, maximize it later on in the course, in the marketing side. But all right, let's start. So we got home improvement. You can do house cleaning, lawn mowing and trimming, interior design, handyman, roof repair or maintenance, general contracting. Now, this is where I started. And honestly, it's like the home improvement industry is a lot harder to get into just because there's so much competition, especially where I'm at in the DFW area, we have a lot of competition. So I kind of had to, do stuff a little bit different, provide a little bit more value so that I could get the job, the handyman jobs that were coming through. I didn't know anything about general contracting. I'll just be 100% honest. The way that I learned how to do, this stuff is just through people that I hired that knew how to do it. And that's why the hiring process is going to be so important for you, because if you're not 100% sure about your industry, which you should be, honestly, you should do as much research as you can. I kind of trial by fire. That's how I learned. So when I started my business, I kind of learned by the guys that were working for me. But home improvement is a great place to start if you want to, provide value, have some competition. We've got wellness on here also, personal training, massage therapy, life coaching, private yoga instruction. And some of this requires licensing and stuff. So, you can do the research to acquire the needed licenses for this stuff. Nutritionists, I don't think a nutritionist needs a license. I think you just need a general understanding of, health and wellness and stuff like that. But these are all great points, that you can start at if you want to hire a personal. This is pretty easy. You can go on Craigslist. You can drop an ad for a personal trainer and hire them, and then just start, generating leads through here or Facebook, and then just talk to people on here. Like here, this it allows you to send somebody a message, and you don't have to pay anything unless they respond, or you can have it like auto advertise your business on Thumbtack here, so that like if somebody's looking for a personal trainer, they can just reach out directly to you. So that's pretty cool. And I would start with your family to get reviews, so that people can find you easier. People don't like to use people that don't have reviews. So, have your family use your service first, and then just, see how it is and leave your review. But wellness is a great place to start. Pets. I've actually got somebody that I helped start up a dog training business with. It's called MCK9 Dog Training. She's doing really good. She made about $10,000 in her first month. Her name is Marjorie. If you're watching this, Marjorie, killed it. Good job. But so basically on the pets, this is really cool because like if you can figure out how to get into the pets niche, there's really not a lot of people to compete with right now. And that's why she was able to kind of blow this out of the park. Because like, especially on Thumbtack, we got her started on Thumbtack and she was just sending out, messages here, and she was like landing every job. So it was really cool to just kind of see that unfold and watch that, be a successful niche for her. But moving on, we have business. So you like if you're an accountant or you're good with numbers and computer repair, logo design and stuff like that, you can do all of this stuff. And I mean, like there's like so many different subcategories. Like I said, I'm gonna put this link in here. There's so many different subcategories that you can use on here. And like I said, this is just like this is like where we start, guys. Like seriously, if you're gonna start a business, man, yeah, I mean this is definitely where to start to help get the ball rolling and start learning how to interact with customers and start making the money, so that you can move on to the actual marketing, right? Because eventually you're going to want to be everywhere that the people are. So you're going to want to be on social media and stuff like that, because these guys are making money off of you and other people, so they're kind of using you in a way to make money, but you're also, so it's like a mutually beneficial thing, for you and the site. But at the same time, you can generate your own leads, and they're going to be a lot more, reliable, willing to pay more. But like I said, it's a great place to start. So you've just got all these subcategories and stuff like that. Ooh, translation. There you go. Social media marketing. Wow. So, you could literally do everything on here, right? If only the gurus that you probably know about were teaching this, they'd probably have a lot more success. But events, like event planning, you DJ, you can buy a bunch of equipment and watch a few YouTube videos on how to DJ. I actually used to DJ before. It's super fun, and the women love you, but I got married, so I can't really do that because I like to have fun. And my wife is just too important for me to go out and have fun without her. So we've got DJ, wedding officiant. That's cool. Wedding and event catering. This is really cool stuff right here. Events, like all the subcategories. You've got aerial photography. So if you want to be a drone photographer and you've got your, I think it's like a 303 like license or something like that to do aerial photography, dude, that's kudos. It's awesome. Embroidery. So pet photography. That's really cool. Pet photography. You can get leads on Thumbtack for that. I didn't know that. Video production, valet parking. Like this is all like great stuff here. Definitely don't skip the event section. But we just got to pick one. So lessons, we're going to go over some lessons, singing lessons, piano lessons, private self-defense lessons. Wow, yoga instruction, math tutoring. Like math tutoring is easy, right? Because if you can do math like division, subtraction, and adding and stuff like that, then you can teach kids how to do that also. Okay, so lessons pretty cool. We got crafts, design and web, legal. So, the list just goes on and on. Personal stuff. So you can do life coaching, palmer. That's really weird. Spiritual stuff. Well, if you want to get into that, that's cool. I'm not going to judge you. I'll still help you do it. But photography, like a lot of people I know are working with me getting into photography and having a lot of success with that, especially like the video editing side, right? If you can go and learn how to use like Premiere Pro, like that's how I make all of my videos is Premiere Pro. If you can go and learn how to do that, then you can just do video editing for people, make tons of money, just off of that, right? And only pay like $20 a lead. So that's pretty cool. You know, legal, you have to have license for legal stuff, personal stuff. Photography, already went over that. So guys, like, you can even write resumes and do we talked about translation. That's cool, right? You can even just like write resumes for people and make money, you know? So I mean, the opportunities are endless, and this is where I would start, right? Okay, so when I started my business, this is kind of where I start. Actually, well, like I told you, I started over here on Home Advisor, my company here, Fix It DFW Handyman. But Home Advisor is kind of the same thing, like the home improvement side of Thumbtack. So here's that link. I'm gonna paste that below so that you can go and you can like use this to help pick your thing. And then once you have picked your business, go ahead and move on to the next lessons. Then we're gonna go over how to pick a name and how to make sure that your name is ready to optimize for SEO and stuff like that. You know, the characteristics of it are make it easy to find and all that fun stuff. So here is where you start. Find something on this link that you can have a lot of fun with, that you can manage a crew of. Like, so like for me, like I'm in the handyman business, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. In the construction industry, we get a lot of druggies. So, you know, I had extra stuff that I had to do when I hired people. You know, I had to do like drug tests and stuff like that. I mean, so I ended up actually just hiring contractors, so I didn't have to do all the drug tests and stuff like that. Still did a background check, you know, because I don't want people in like my customers' houses that have like felonies or assault charges. You know, like, I mean, like assault charges, you don't want somebody in like, you don't want somebody in your customer's house if they have an assault charge, you know, or you don't want them working with you if they have assault charge, because I mean, that's just a flight risk, right? So loose cannon. So always make sure when you're going through this stuff, you know, you got to make sure like when you pick something, you want to try and follow that 80-20 rule. And I'm pretty sure you probably heard of the 80-20 rule. So like the 80-20 rule is, you know, 80% results from 20% work. So you want to pick something in like dog training. What I was telling you about dog training was like one of those perfect things that you could get into. Oh, hey, look, there it is. There's Marjorie. That's what I was telling you about. NCK9 dog training. That's her right there. So dog training is like one of those things that you can get into, and like she got in there and it was like literally a blue ocean, right? There were nobody to butt sales with, you know. She was just on that open ocean and she just had a whole lot of space to work within. So, and there's like, you know, 20% of the work, 80% of the results, you know. So she goes out and she makes $100, like she leaves her house, like she makes $100 just to leave her house. But how she's doing it is like she'll get out there and then she'll charge them like $500 for 5 sessions a week, and then she'll just schedule it around the Metroplex and, you know, do it in such a way that she can go, you know, say on one side of the Metroplex one day and then on the other side of the Metroplex another day, and then just here, there, and there, and she'll just hit it like that, and, you know, makes tons of money a week, $2,000 a week, like clockwork. So that's pretty cool. But, you know, like I said, there's tons of different things that you can get into. I'm just gonna that was one of the easier things that you can get into. Of course, you know, resume writing and, you know, doing design and photography. There's not a whole lot of that. It's just, you know, learning like photography, you know, like learning the steps that you have to take to make this happen, like in photography. So photography, if you're going to be a photographer, all you need to do is like kind of Google, you know, okay, so what are the kind of contracts that I'm going to need before I go out and take pictures of something? So you can send somebody, if you want to be a professional photographer, right, and you know how to take photos. I mean, you can learn. If you're not now, all you need is, you know, get a good camera and then go out and then go on YouTube and learn how to take pictures. Let people show you how to use Photoshop and Lightroom and stuff like that. And then you can all you have to do is, you know, get on here and then, you know, just add more value than all the other photographers that you see. Just try to add more value, and then just try to be consistent with people and be nice, and, you know, really try to help them instead of just taking their money, you know. And then that's ultimately how you're going to get the most business, and how you're going to, like Marjorie, and how you're going to end up being, you know, on that top of the list for, you know, dog training or photography, right? So when you get into that, you know, just make sure, like, just like everything else, make sure that you have everything in place to go ahead and execute that, like contracts that you'll send by email to your clients before you go out and do a photo shoot, that just kind of explain your price, explain what they get for that price, and, you know, upsells and you know, like release documents and stuff like that. So just make sure that you do your research, just do everything right, and you are going to have a wonderful time. You're going to have so much fun doing this. But start here, pick something, and then meet me on the next video where we're going to go over what the best way to pick a name is, and optimize that for CEO, or I'm sorry, CEO, SEO. All right, y'all. See you on the next one.